just read it in the newspaper. So we have to have the answers, as Garland stated. We've got to have good, verifiable data, good investigations. And where do we go to get that? The FBI?
Well, like I said, you can't fix a problem if you don't know what the problem is. And like I said, that's what I'm worried about, is them making some legislative things that may make sense, but they may just be a band-aid, or not correct the fundamental issues. And it sounds like there's multiple issues.
Absolutely,
there are multiple issues, and part of the problem is that some of the issues are so complex that the average citizen who is not politically involved doesn't understand how to get involved. Mm-hmm. They said if this is a real problem, then they would fix it, whoever they are. Well, we're the they, and let's try as hard as we can. We keep electing the wrong people. The Democrats get up every morning, and they have a mission. They have a goal. They know exactly what their goal is, and they are all in unison. The Republicans get up every morning, and they say, what can I do today that benefits me?
Well, that's true, but plus,
not all of them are that
the Republican Party is kind of fractionalized right now anyway. Yeah. You have a lot of infighting that's going on inside the Republican Party. So the Democrat Party is unified, and there's no doubt about that.
And I'm not wanting to kind of blanket over all Republicans. That simply is not so. But we're not unified, and it's what so many of them do, though, to fool us, that they're not being proactive. Mm-hmm. When we have this issue on voting machines for 18 years. Well, nobody's done anything.
We either got to fix the problem, or we got to get a lot better at cheating, like the Democrats. Maybe I should have said cheating, but
yeah.
But any of those improprieties that are voting harvesting and all those things.
Oh, by the way, you know these drop boxes.
Yeah.
You know where they came from? I'm fairly knowledgeable. Okay, I'm fairly knowledgeable. But I thought these voting boxes came from the state, that the state legislature somehow...
Well, I guess the political parties. Did it come from the Democratic Party?
No.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, they didn't.
Okay.
They didn't. They came from Mark Zuckerberg, I think, or one of the others. It may not have been Zuckerberg, but one of the others. They gave them as a gift to the state of Georgia.
He's such a nice guy.
But here, the state of Georgia, the legislators, nobody objected. Secretary of State said, oh yeah, go ahead and collect them. I went outside when I was poll watching just to get a breath of fresh air, and I saw a van come around and open up that voting box, the drop box, and they took the ballots out, and off they went somewhere. Excuse me? I wasn't one of the ones signing off on this, and where was the security? And we find that the voting boxes had not even been authorized by our state government.
Yeah. I heard somewhere, read that there also had been a mobile voting precinct, and I don't know where that came from.
Well,
Fulton County.
Yeah, Fulton County.
The voting these
who
I'm going to tell you.
Authorized that?
I'm going to tell you. These mobile voting units are only supposed to be used when there is an emergency declared by FEMA or the governor. And the mobile voting unit then is sent to that location so people can vote.
Well, that makes sense.
But what has happened is that some of these super rich people in the media, okay, I'm not going to name them because I don't know which ones did this. What they did was that they gave a grant for mobile voting units. And so the mobile voting units, ever how many there were, would travel around to wherever they had a big crowd of people to vote.
Yeah. Okay,
and I just found that out as I'm on this committee. All right? That's going to stop, I think. So there were no controls on these mobile voting units. None at all. Hey, we got a big crowd of people over here in the cab or Fulton. Send over 3 mobile voting units.
Oh, that's wild.
And going back to the drop boxes, we have a patriot, David Hancock, up in the United Tea Party. He actually tried to get the videos from the drop boxes, and Gwinnett County wanted to charge him $15,000 to get the videos, and then they delayed 2 months in getting the videos. So that's 2 months after the election was certified, or at least one. So that was completely useless.
Right.
Then you have the problem of equal protection. Why do some counties get drop boxes and others don't?
Right.
So our solution,
Or the mobile units for that matter.
Well, remember,
Right.
these drop boxes are funded by the big leftist billionaires, and they put them where they want to put them.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right, the state didn't have any say over that. The state
They
didn't,
should.
but they didn't, and I don't think they tried to even exert any control over it.
Right.
So you say, well, gee, then how did they get back into the system? Oh, well, they were taken over to Fulton County Board of Elections or wherever they did, and then they counted.
Wow.
so that's a tremendous equal protection problem.
Right.
It's
Garland-
completely in violation of both the United States and Georgia constitutions. And Secretary Raffensperger didn't even realize it.
Yeah, that's disappointing, or more
Well,
disappointing,
now,
concerning.
how do you know he didn't realize it, Garland?
Well, gentlemen,
He didn't say anything.
Well, gentlemen, we could talk about this another hour or two, but we've gone on a good while about it. But I appreciate the knowledge and the information that you gave us today.
Thank you, Dean, very much for the
You guys need to
opportunity.
travel the state and put a PowerPoint together.
We did that.
We've been doing that for decades.
And in the meantime, you might want to go to the Peligon, Mike Lindell, and look at his videos. They're very ton of information in those two videos. So take a look at them if you can. And we'll put the link on our
You'll be seeing more about Georgia in those videos in the near future.
yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much.
But I do have hopes.
Okay.
Based on this committee that I've been a part of, and an outstanding job was done by a tremendous group of Republicans looking at our problems and recommending solutions. But those have to be adopted by the Republican representatives and the Republican Senate. They have to be, so call them, push it. They will be coming your way. You'll see them in the news. You'll see them on the internet. But make sure these people vote to enact these processes, and then try to find a candidate you don't have to push to vote to do the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we need to do. If we have voting machines that'll reflect our vote.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you at home for watching, and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you so much.